In this video, I'm going to share with you things I learned while playing Planet Coaster 2 for the very first time. To start off, I was thrown into a challenge map where we were introduced to two characters, which one you may be familiar with, Eugene Newton and Oswald Thompson. This scenario basically sets you up, well, practically for failure. Nevertheless, the challenge is to build on two sides of the park. Simple, you would assume. Of course, as your favourite dyslexic park builder, I don't read anything, which I should probably learn to, but I don't. So, it was on to building. So the first thing I was supposed to build was a pool on Kenta's side. And did I do it? Well, no, of course I didn't. So I basically picked the smallest pool possible, which was this dinky little thing, and I thought, hey, that looks cute, why not just pop that down? So there we have it, one delicious dinky dazzling pool in my park. And then I thought, hey, maybe I should probably put a path to this, in which I went to the path tab. And as you can see here, I really struggled with what width this was. Turns out it's 12. There's a little tip for you guys. It's all nicely connected. And now I decided, hey, can I make the rest of the path look this good? No, turns out it's too steep. Classic. Classic. I then remembered I actually had a flume attached to the dinky little pool and then thought, hey, let's open that up so these guests who are now flooding in can go and, well, do what pool things they need to do. But of course they don't have a change room, so I searched the menu frantically and I thought, where the heck is the change room? But then I seen this little shop shell and I thought, okay, let's put that down because that looks cute. So there you go, there's a shop shell with no shop. But I still don't have any way for the people to get naked, and that's essentially what we need. Even the game gave me a reminder that there was actually no changing room in this park. So I frantically looked through the pool section, thinking maybe there's an easy way to connect a changing room to a pool. Maybe it's just a little button that you press that says add changing room, because it makes sense to me. You have a pool, you need changing rooms. But I got distracted by the shiny lifeguard stand, which turns out we don't need. And so with the fresh horde of zombies that were coming into our park, I still had no changing room. I mean, could they just get naked? No, it's not suitable. So I finally decided to search for the changing room. And lo and behold, she's beauty, she's grace. Okay, yeah, she's a box. It's a place that you can get naked. With my horde of zombies, or guests, I decided it was time to extend the pool and add in another path, which is pretty thick. We like it chunky over here. Plenty of space for our guests to spread out. They then decided to get stuck. Brilliant. So I done what any good park manager would do and individually pick them up and place them back onto the path. You're welcome.
A few moments later.
With the last remaining guests now safely back onto the path, it was time to turn back to that shop shell that I was speaking about. You know, the empty one, which is no longer empty. Wow, doesn't that look great? However, it now doesn't have power. Okay, so we now have to figure out power in Planet Coaster 2. Let's have a look. So we connect this bit here, this bit over here, and voila! Everything looks powerful. Jings and crivens, what's happening over there? Well, it looks like someone's drowning. Here, have a floaty, and let's party! Safety, kids. Always remember safety. And some may find people drowning entertaining. I thought, let's actually give our guests something to properly look at, which is a Viking. And whilst I'm here, let's just put them all down. So we have this entertainer here, who is called Sandy Reef. And we have Crescendo Melendis, who is, yeah, interesting. The confidence. The actual confidence. I love it. And talking about staff, we actually need to put in a staff room. So this is just a basic shell. There's nothing inside it, which is pretty bleak. But hey-ho, we also have a staff schedule, which is something I desperately wanted. I'm not going to go into too much details about this, but you can have them working, you can have them on breaks, and it's just really, really cool. So that's a new thing I learned. But the biggest thing I learned is if you go to the park expansion tab, you actually see that Kenta's on the left and Coaster Coast is on the right. What an absolute fail. So you can see I wasn't actually hitting any objectives, and the whole entire time I was playing this, it was, well, kind of pointless. But alas, my friends, we do not give up. We will prevail. And so I raised this pool up in a really stupid angle. Why did I do that? Anyway, let's put some paths to it and let's just try and complete an actual objective. So there we go, paths. And more paths? Yeah, sure, why not? The second objective was to put 2 flumes. So as you can see here, I am struggling to get that flume into the right position. And I thought, heck, that looks good. Or does it? Because it is now floating 90 foot in the air. Great. But it's okay because look how smooth that path connects. This looks absolutely terrible. And to put the cherry on the cake, the slide actually goes in the water. Okay, let's just get down to decorating. Now this is where I really excel in these building games. I love building and making things look pretty. So of course I just spammed down anything that was related in the pool section. So I tried to put down water jets. I also put in these different pool features just to see actually what they would do. And honestly, I think it looks okay. And by okay, I mean extremely bleak. And even though I was no longer building on the other side of the park, I felt that I didn't want to quite abandon it. So I put down a shop shell and a splash emporium, which people could get their own floaties. And because the side of the park was very popular, I decided to try and emulate that on the other side of the park by putting down yet another changing room. Oh heck, why not? Let's put in 2 changing rooms. And just because I knew how popular the Splash Emporium would be, I put another one on the correct side of the park. It's starting to come together. Just don't look at that side. Ah, power, my arch nemesis. And of course you just need to connect absolutely everything when you are playing in a challenge franchise mode. So there we go, more power to the people. Or in this case, more power to your park. I then realised how disgusting my park was becoming, so I put loads of bins. Like here, and then I realised we need people to empty those bins, so I put some caretakers down. As part of the last objective, I had to put down a flume, and it had to be an exciting level of 5, so I made sure that this time they weren't actually going into the water. I then decided to put a path with way too many bins. Why is there so many bins? Yeah, let's take that off because that doesn't look great. Okay, so let's connect that over here. And yep, that looks good. And another thing that crossed my mind while I was building is, do guests still hate staff facilities? Turns out they do. And so the only way I know how to make that better is by covering it up, which honestly it just does look better. And there you can see it's made it slightly better. But all in all, what did I honestly learn from playing Planet Coaster 2 for the very first time? You should read. That's what I learned. Let's just hope when I actually do get my hands on the game that I will be more helpful. And if you want to see the second part of this fiasco, check out this video here. And I'll see you there.